These are the times when any investor, doesn't matter if you have been in the stock market for 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, you are lost. You don't know what to do, which direction to take, and what kind of actions to take. So I decided when I woke up this morning and I got the news that Russia invades Ukraine, this was inevitable. We have seen President Biden come on screen and kind of give a clear message that Russia is going to invade Ukraine. And that happened. And we saw what happened with the stock market, or what's happening with the stock market. When I'm recording this video right now the market is in a turmoil. Not just the US market, the worldwide market. The pre-market, NASDAQ is down almost 3%, 410 points. Dow is down almost 811 points. I'm laughing, smiling, but trust me, this is painful and hurtful times. No matter who you are, no matter how long you have been in the market, no matter what kind of downturn you have seen, these kind of times are not normal for anybody, and they always, or I would say anybody, can always lose sight on what's important here. Should you sell? Should you buy? Should you hold? Should you look? These are the questions that are coming out from all directions to us. And I never imagined that I would see Tesla back again in 700s. It's going to 600 the way it's looking right now. I never imagined Apple to be in 150s again. It was supposed to be 182 was the point when it was a $3 trillion company and everybody was raving about it. Look what company has done. Company has not stopped producing their phones, their computers. Tesla has not producing their cars, or not stopped producing their cars. They have been producing their cars all along. So nothing has changed fundamentally for these companies. But the fear index on consumers have been all-time high. They don't trust that these companies can survive this market crash. They don't trust that we are going to get out of this hole. So my purpose to make this video today is this. I'm not going to share any charts with you, and I'm not going to share what's coming ahead of us, because nobody knows, and nobody has a clue of how the market is going to react. What I'm going to show, or what I'm going to do actually, is share my experience with everyone. So in 2008, when stock market crashed, when the housing crashed and we were in Great Recession, those were the times that some people were buying. And I was one of the few people, those who were buying in my circle. Of course, I'm not talking about the world, but in my circle. And everybody was making fun that, these are the time when you need to save cash and not buy. I bought Ford at $2. I bought so many other stocks at that time. And my first initial reaction was that, am I really foolish of doing or taking steps like this? Should be saving my cash? Or not buying anything in these market conditions, because market couldn't just literally go down to zero. Because I read a comment yesterday on my video that's saying everything is going to zero, you're fools to be in this market, what are you doing? Wow, I don't understand. So these kind of thought process is very common, and especially common in new investors. If you are a brand new investor and this is your, or if you are brand new to the market and this is your first time seeing this kind of a crash, then your stomach must be hurting right now. And you must be thinking, what, the world has come to an end. I was better off buying a car and then keeping that car instead of putting my money in the stock market. I thought I was smart, but I feel so dumb now. And you're not alone. Everybody feels that way. Somebody who has been in the market in 1990s feels dumb because they say that we see it coming. How long can you print money? How long can you sustain the economy with fake support? This was coming, but I didn't see it coming. I should have pulled out of the market in October, August, whatever, time frame. So this is how I see this play. Again, I'm no economist and I'm just a guy on YouTube, but my experience tells me this, that especially with the given situation right now we are in, the Russia-Ukraine situation is going to get worse before it gets better. We are going to see new lows on many of the stock. All the growth stock with no profit or less profit and crazy valuations have already come down a lot. Some of them 75 to 80%. And of course, they will continue to go down. But now the turn is coming into value stock. Stocks like Apple, Google, Amazon, they are suffering, and they will continue to suffer in this Russia-Ukraine situation. This is going to continue for a few weeks, if not longer, depending on what Russia does and what world does. We'll see what US comes out and gives sanctions. Sanctions is not going to stop Putin from attacking Ukraine. He would have easily thought of this before that, we will be sanctioned. Russian stock market is having the worst day in their history today. The ruble has dropped, the value of dollar increased. All this is happening, and I'm pretty sure Putin was aware of all this. So in my opinion, this situation is not going to get any better. The other side of things, which we were so worried just a few weeks ago, which was Fed raising the interest rate. Remember, we kind of forgot about it because now it's all about Russia and Ukraine. So Fed is going to be less hawkish now. The oil touching $100 a barrel. So that's at least some positive side that I'm seeing here. Okay, if there is anything positive that can be taken out from this whole situation. So Fed is not going to be that hawkish. Fed is not going to raise 7 times now as previously expected, my opinion. Fed is going to soften the blow because the oil is touching all-time high. Inflation we know is high and they need to control the inflation. But they're also not giving us 50 basis point hike in March. That's what I think. With the latest things that is happening in the market or where we are right now, I think Fed is going to come out and maybe increase 4 times this year with 25 basis point increase of 0.25 in March and then every meeting thereafter. I literally personally feel that once the Russia-Ukraine situation softens and or the market can get used to it. See, if the situation continues, market will realize, you know what, this is not the end of the world, and then it'll start rebounding. Could happen tomorrow, could happen the day after. But we will be in this mess for a very long time in the Russia-Ukraine thing. They have this Operation Z that's going on right now, and Putin is not going to back down from this. So when market kind of gets that feeling that, you know what, this is not the end of the world, we are going to be in this situation for a very long time, then market or people will start buying into the value companies first. And then after that comes the growth companies. And if Fed doesn't raise interest rate, if Fed doesn't come out and say, if Fed comes out and say, we are going to be raising only 4 times this year and it's going to be 25 basis point, 0.25 interest rate hike every time, then we can see market rally because market was expecting worse from Fed. And Fed is not going to be that hawkish anymore, in my opinion. But the real issue of supply chain and inflation will remain, because if oil is over $100 a barrel, it's short term. Oil is going to come down too. It's short term. But if it's $100 a barrel and if it remains that way, we are paying over $4 a gallon for gas, then we are going to be seeing some extreme measures from the government to soften this blow. Because then companies or countries can come out and say, you know what, we wrecked US economy. Let's now, some other country will come out and say, let's do that. If we cannot fight them, let's fight them in a different way. So I think stocks are fine. They will be fine in the long term. Again, that's my opinion. I'm not selling anything today. I'm not buying anything today. I bought FNGU 2 days ago. That was a wrong decision on my part. I should have waited for this particular invasion. But I bought FNGU and not an option. FNGU, if you don't know, look at the ticker, it's a triple leverage, so it's going to go down even more today. But I feel when the market rally, I'm going to recover my money. I'm not going to lose all my money in that. I am not buying any options whatsoever because I feel options are not a smart strategy right now. What I will be looking to buy, I actually bought Tesla, at $850 or something like that. I thought that was a great price. Look at today. It's $700. So nobody can, of course, time the market. Nobody can time the bottom of the market. But I know that once this Russia-Ukraine situation lingers on for next few days, the market will get used to it like anything else, like Fed, for example. And then at that point, now Fed will be less hawkish and Russia-Ukraine will normalize in a way. It's a way of saying normalize. They're not going to normalize anytime soon. That'll be the time, in my opinion, that the stock is going to rebound and we are going to see some money coming into the stock market. Because remember, right now, the money is not in the stock market. Everybody is hoarding cash. Everybody is like just waiting for that time. I've spoken to many investors and most of them say the same thing, that they are not doing anything right now. They're just holding on to the cash because they know that the right time is going to come very soon. And I also feel that right time will be in the next 2 to 3 weeks as we get closer to the Fed meeting, will be the right time to get back into the stock. Again, just my opinion. So I'll be releasing some more videos on this. If you like content like this, then consider subscribing, give the like button to the video. And for more one-on-one conversation, consider joining our Patreon Discord, links in the description below. As always, a pleasure to share all of this with you. Until next time, you all try at least to have a sparkling day.